All right, let's get into it. We spent so much time thinking about what we eat for a long and healthy life, right? But what about what we drink? Turns out your daily hydration habit might just be a secret weapon for longevity. Or hey, maybe you're missing a huge opportunity.
So let me just ask you straight up. Do you think your daily drink routine is actually helping you live longer? I mean, we're all told to drink plenty of water, but a really fascinating new study suggests the story as well. It's a lot more interesting than that.
For years, we've heard the same thing over and over. Drink 8 glasses of water a day. Simple. But it turns out the game isn't just about hitting some magic number. The quantity, that's only one piece of the puzzle.
Because here's the real breakthrough. It's about what's in your cup. The specific things you choose to drink every day could make a massive difference for your health down the road.
And look, this isn't just some small random observation. We are talking about a huge study here, published in the British Journal of Nutrition. They tracked the daily habits of more than 182,000 adults for 13 years. That's how you spot real patterns.
And what they found was this sweet spot, a very specific amount and, more importantly, a specific type of daily fluid intake that was consistently linked to people living longer. And this is where it gets really good.
The number they came up with is honestly pretty staggering. A 28% lower risk of dying from any cause. I mean, think about that. That is a huge potential benefit, and it's tied directly to what people were drinking every day. So what does that 28% actually look like?
Well, take a look at this. The study found that folks who had a total of 7 to 8 drinks a day had that dramatically lower mortality risk when you compare them to people who drank fewer than 4. But, and this is the big but, it wasn't just any 7 or 8 drinks.
And this, right here, this is the key. The benefit didn't come from just chugging 8 glasses of water or 8 cups of soda or whatever. It came from a very specific, balanced combination of beverages that seemed to work together. So what's this magic mix? Here it is. The people who had the lowest risk of mortality were consistently drinking a combination of plain old water, coffee, and tea. This shows so clearly that it's all about the synergy between these 3.
And the researchers, they got super specific. They found that the most protective combo had about a 2 to 3 ratio of coffee to tea, with plain water making up the rest of that 7 to 8 drink total for the day.
You know, Dr. Thomas Holland, an expert who wasn't actually involved in this study, he summed it up perfectly. He said, it's not just what we drink, but how we balance those choices that may matter most. And that really hits the nail on the head. The quality and the variety, that's what counts. Okay, so that's the what, but the big question is why? Why does this particular combination seem to work so well? Let's geek out a little on the science of what's going on in your cup. Okay, so it all comes down to these powerful plant compounds called polyphenols. So in coffee, you've got these compounds that help your body manage things like blood sugar. Tea, on the other hand, is packed with different compounds that are amazing for keeping your blood vessels healthy and flexible. But the real magic happens when you combine them. It's kind of like a team, you know? Each drink brings its own unique skill, and together they have this powerful effect working to lower overall inflammation in your body.
Now hold on. Before you run off to completely change your entire drink routine, we need a little dose of reality here. Because like any study, this one has some really important context and limitations we have to talk about.
This is probably the most important thing to get your head around. The study shows an association. That's a link. It does not prove causation. So what that means is, we know these habits are connected, but we can't say for 100% certain that this specific drink mix is the direct cause of a longer life. It's a clue, a very strong one, but not proof.
And yeah, there are a few other things to keep in mind. For one, the data relied on people remembering what they drank, which, let's be honest, isn't always perfect. It also didn't really look at what people put in their drinks, milk, sugar, all that stuff. Plus, maybe these people were also doing other healthy things, like swapping out sugary sodas for this mix, which is a great choice on its own.
And this brings us back to the golden rule of, well, pretty much all of nutrition. Dr. Eamon Laird puts it perfectly, it is about moderation. Because the study actually found that going beyond 8 or 9 drinks a day increased cardiovascular risk. So more is definitely not better here. So what's the bottom line? What are you supposed to do with all this info? Let's break it down into a simple, practical takeaway for how you can rethink your next drink.
Just think of it like this, a simple rhythm of hydration. Step 1, aim for that 7 to 8 total drink foundation. You got to get enough fluid in. Step 2, Create your own mix. Start incorporating both coffee and tea right alongside your plain water. And step 3, the big one, always practice moderation. Stay in that 7 to 8 drink range to get the good stuff without the risks of too much caffeine.
It's a pretty simple shift in how we think, right? Moving from just quantity to thinking about quality and variety. So that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. Knowing the potential power of this blend, what's going to be in your next cup?